What is up, everybody? Happy August. Crystal here, and this is the Mind of a Creative update, which I renamed it to Mind of a Creative because I feel like that works better. But anyway, in this video, I talked to you guys about my journey as a creative entrepreneur from day one. I'm not all rich and famous yet, but I'm gonna be. But until then, this is how I'm building my business. I'm talking to you guys about what's working, what's not working, my goals, tips, tricks, that whole type thing. So hopefully it will help you as you move along in your journey as well. Or if you just want to like listen and hang out to me rambling at the camera for like 20 minutes. So that's where we're at. So let's get started. This is Timothy. This is the first thing we need to talk about today. Timothy is amazing in his little fucking hat and his little scarf. Timothy is dapper as fuck, y'all. So dapper, so dapper, so dapper. Okay. What are we gonna talk about? Okay, so July was crazy in that July was very emotionally heavy. And I don't know if it was like that for some of you guys, but July was just a very emotionally heavy month. And the astrology of July kind of was like that. Mercury was retrograde. Excuse me. There was a whole lot of other things going on. So July was very much like that for me. Like a lot of just kind of old issues that needed to kind of resurface and get healed and that sort of thing. I wasn't able to go to therapy as often as I would have liked to last month, but hopefully I'll be able to get in some um, some more therapy sessions so I can go and work out some more issues and just unpacking things. But it was towards the end of the month that I really got a lot of clarity around stuff that was bothering me in the middle of the month. So as July was a very a slow business month for me, and I was realizing during that month that maybe the lesson wasn't that for me to beat myself up of, oh, nothing's working again, and we're broke again and we're struggling to pay the bills again and that sort of thing. But maybe the lesson wasn't that. It was more along the lines of how I view myself as a person when you just have a slow month, because that's how it works, right? When you're freelancing, when you're building up a business, some months you're like, yeah, 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 and other months it's just like, shit, this is a bad month. Oh, what we gonna do is ramen noodles month. You know what I'm saying? So that's just but that clarity didn't come to me till like a couple days ago. I was like, how do I look at this situation differently so I'm not stuck in the same patterns, because that's literally what I wanted. Because this year has felt very much like having one foot in the door and one foot out the door. So it's kind of like we're moving forward, we're moving back, we're moving forward, and I'm literally like I'm doing like the P Diddy bounce. You know what I'm saying, when he's in the videos? That's all he's doing. He's just bouncing. That's what I'm doing. So so there was that, and that clarity kind of came to me, and I'm like, that's really deep, and I feel like that's really important, is how we view ourselves and how we define success, even when we're not necessarily racking in the things that we want to be racking in, whether it's material or what we're creating, or just that sort of thing. It's just just how we look at ourselves. And it was really important to me to how I look at myself and how I define success for me, and how I define like who I am. Just because is it just because I've had a slow month, does that mean like I suck and I can't do this, and that means that this month I'm just back to being whatever all the your brain is like a mean girl sometimes. So once I had that revelation, it was very like, oh, it was one of those like, oh. And the stress of just real life, and that didn't go away, but it felt different. It felt like, so then I was able to get more in the headspace of, okay, now let's refocus on other things that we've learned this month about business building and things that we need to do to continue to be successful. And we're going to talk about some of those as well. And so I don't, you just don't get stuck in that rut, kind of reframing it and looking at it a different way. So I have more internal work to do personally for me, just being kinder to myself, and making sure that I was thinking about that this morning, that I need to make sure that I get back to the basics. Making sure that I'm taking time out every day for meditation, because that's just super important for me. And I think it should be important to a lot of people, where you take time and you get still and you listen to yourself. Um, I'm not even talking about. I was gonna go on a whole little spiritual tangent, but I'm not. I'm not gonna do that in this video. Um, but again, I think it's really important to recognize your own power, and to find that connection with you. So go outside today or whatever day that you're watching this, and go put your fucking feet in the grass, literally, like, or if you can't, or like whatever, just go outside and just breathe in and reconnect with you, and listen to what you have to say when you're not, you know what I'm saying? Just do that. Really, really do that, and make that a practice as often as you can. Like, I want to say do it every day, but I know that I'm not always going to do it every day. Like, I'm trying. I'm genuinely trying. Like, today it's a little hot, so I don't know if I'm going to get out and get my walk because it's super hot. But maybe in the evening before I stream tonight, I'll go out for a little walk, and I'll put my headphones on and I'll listen to my music or whatever, and just try to have that moment of just, it's important to do that, guys. It's important. Like, I think that's what July was all about too. It was about slowing down, and I mean that's what Mercury retrogrades are, right? They're about reviewing and redoing, and everything that's with and all those words is all about a Mercury retrograde. And I felt that. I mean, it sucked. July was just really heavy. It was just a lot of it sucked, but necessary to get to where you want to be. And kind of how I keep thinking about it is that you go through all these pitfalls and the leveling and the trials and tribulations, so you make sure that when you get to where you want to be, you're ready for it. And that's super important to me, because the more I put myself out there, the more my anxiety starts to kick up, which is interesting to me because, again, I didn't have anxiety my whole life. Like, anxiety is literally like a brand new fucking world for me. So to kind of remember who you were when you weren't almost like afraid of everything, and to see where you are now, I like the perspective that it gives me, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I struggle with it a little bit because you don't want it to be your new normal, but I think it's just going to be for me. I mean, even if I get to a point of like total fucking healing or whatever, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to that person that didn't always have, I guess a shadow is a better word. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just something that's going to take some getting used to for me, because if you had to ask me, 5 years ago, if I would have ever thought that, speaking my truth and putting myself out there and really, building my business and would cause this, I would have laughed in your face. I'd have been like, LOL, no, because this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just that level of just arrogance. Like, no, what? Yeah, I mean, now I'm like, where's my bag? Where's my bag? Seriously, it's like, whoa. So yeah, that's so that was July. So let's talk about some things I'm learning and putting out there, and some future plans and stuff like that as far as the business side of things goes. So, like with these videos too, I want to make sure that I'm not just rambling, but I want to be clear about the information that I'm sharing with you guys and why I'm sharing it. I think a lot of people, when you first meet content creators and celebrities, they've got like 1,000, or not even 1,000, like more than 1,000. They've got like all these subscribers, and they're really and that's why we're following their advice, right? I didn't see the journey that they took, how kind of they got there. So I think it's very interesting to watch things being built. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I want to share this. I want to just, share, also for me too, and hopefully it's entertaining and interesting for you as well. Just that whole process of where we're going, and for people to know that, if you're in the same boat, you're not alone, in how to build this out, and, the reality of the struggle. And I don't want to sugarcoat anything, whether it's you're dealing with the family that doesn't understand, what freelancing or content creation is, which is what I have as well. And how you handle those types of pressures, and you just do it. I mean, there's no kind of good advice I can give to that. I feel guilty a lot of times if you have to like ask for help or that sort of thing, but that's kind of what your family is there for. And I think if you're lucky enough to kind of have that support system, to just be so fucking grateful that you have it, even if it's not what you want. I was remembering, I keep hearing in, when I listen to my astrology podcast and things, about how you get things, and to stop having such a specific view on how you get them. Like, here's where I want to go, but stop road mapping the journey and let the journey just happen. Um, One of the, and I'll give you like a really practical example. Like, I wanted to make sure that I saw my girlfriend this month because I hadn't seen her in like a month, and I really wanted to do it. But I don't have a car, and there was some situations. There was a situation where I thought I was going to have to rent a car, but I really didn't have the money to rent a car. So I was really stressed out about that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to do this, blah blah blah." And then things worked out where I didn't have to do that, and I still got to see her. So just that sort of, so just having, just stop having, let things unfold the way they're going to unfold. Like, set your goal, set your intention, work to, put yourself out there, make yourself open to the possibilities or whatever. But things tend to happen just not quite the way you think they're going to. And I need to be more, me personally, I need to be more kind of accepting of that, because I'm very like, I get a goal and I think that this is how I'm going to get there to get the goal, and this is how the goal is going to, it's going to look. And that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So just swing it back to the issues of support. Like, this is, not necessarily how I would genuinely, want to be supported, but it's how I'm being supported, and I need to be extremely grateful for that, and make sure that I'm paying it forward, and continuing to build and grow and get to a place where I can finally be like, I don't need this level of support anymore. Now you can support me in a different way. So just kind of be aware of that. Don't forget to stop and basically just be really fucking thankful for that thing you do have, even if it's not necessarily what you quote unquote want. Just be fucking thankful for it. I mean, I do that. I do it every day, even when I feel like I'm not really feeling my gratitude. Every fucking morning, I've just started. I just wake up and I'm like, yo, I'm grateful to the goddess. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to myself. I'm grateful to my higher self. I'm grateful to my fucking spirit guides. I'm just grateful for just another day, another chance. Just practice it. Just even if you wake up and you're just like, just do it. Just fucking trust me. Just do it. Do your meditations. Do that shit. Fucking your self-care. Do all that shit. Okay. So let's talk about some business stuff. Mailing lists are super fucking important. Build your mailing list. Do that shit. Seriously. Just do that shit. Mailing lists are super fucking important. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a great form of marketing, guys. So make sure that you have your website and you're building your list. Or if you're just a straight up YouTuber or whatever, and that's where you want to build your brand or whatever, I'd say even still have like a little website where you're getting email addresses, especially as you're trying to grow and find your way through, just whatever. I feel like any tool that you can utilize to help put you out in front of your audience, you should utilize, especially in markets that are so saturated. So that's just kind of really build your email list. Do it, because that way you can like, hey, this is going on, hey, new, this is going on, that's going on, all that kind of stuff. It's just another tool at your disposal, and it's one that's not controlled by search engine algorithms, whether they be YouTubes or Facebooks or Twitters or fucking Instagrams. It's something that you can deliver directly to the people that you want to see it. So it's literally a win-win. So build up your fucking email list, unless you've already got 1,000 fucking, or 2,500,000 fucking YouTube subscribers, and you don't need to do that or whatever. In that case, then whatever. But if you're like, the rest of us, then you're slowly like building up. I think it's such an underutilized tool and method of marketing, and for my business it's going to be very important. So maybe it's not important for yours, but for mine it's super fucking important that I build up my email list so I can talk to people again. And this is something to use in conjunct with all your social media efforts and that sort of thing, your website as well. I just watched a YouTuber talking about how she thought that content creators really didn't need a website, and I think that's bullshit. I think that is 100% bullshit. And here's why I think that's absolute bullshit. You may not think that you need it, and maybe if you've already got a bazillion fucking subscribers, maybe you don't need one. maybe, but I still think you should have one because, again, when you're on platforms like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or whatever the case may be, those are not yours. They're not your platform. So one little thing changes, and all of a sudden, now you're screwed because you put everything on that platform. Your website is yours. That's always going to be yours. That is something you own, control. So if you lose your audience in one place, you've still got a home base where all your content is, where you're still, able to communicate with people because you're building up your fucking email list. It's just, especially in this day and age, I feel like a website is so important because all these different channels, yes, it's possible to get found on them, and that may be where your brand is based or whatever. But again, organic searching is going by the wayside as companies realize that they can get more money from paid searches and advertising and that sort of thing. Being found organically becomes harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. So that's why, again, you need another space where you've got all your stuff that you own and you control it. And even if you're just fucking saving your YouTube videos and you're embedding them, but still, make sure you have a copy of your videos and they're not only on YouTube. So make sure that if something ever happened, you could just fucking take the YouTube embed link out and stick them on your website and be like, hey guys, so where all my content is now. You can still, it's the same. Literally the same thing. So that's just my 2 cents. I think anybody who's telling you that you don't need a website is full of shit. I've seen best-selling authors that utilize their websites beautifully. And it's not just because I'm a web designer, but I just see there's so much value in having one. Marie Forleo has a YouTube channel, and she's got Marie TV Show, but she still has a great fucking website. And even she will tell you, I was just in her fucking B school, will tell you that you need a fucking website and you need to have one. So I feel like any content creator who's telling you otherwise is lying to you. I think even if it's like a one-page thing where it's just about you, there's just, people just don't realize the power of their websites and they underutilize them, and that's, again, it's just, again, whatever. So that's my rant about that. Speaking of web design, if you want to learn how to design your own website, I have a course that I am teaching now. I want to teach people how to do it. And I'm really excited about this course because a lot of times I hear, from small business owners and authors and podcasters, which are people that I'd love to do websites for, is they just can't afford it, which is completely fair. And I completely understand where they're coming from, too. So that's another reason why I wanted to teach them the web design course, is because it's at a completely affordable price, at least I think. And I know how you can be when you're scraping by, but I feel like, you'll find a way, you'll make it work, you'll do it. I'll run some different kind of specials or whatever to kind of help people out. And you can always, Crystal, I'd love to take your course, but I don't have, the money. Can we work something out? Absolutely. Please get in touch. If you wanted to take the web design course, but even the price point that I have it at right now is $199. It's like, get in touch. I'd be happy to work with you so you can take the course as well. But I want to teach people how to make their own websites. So again, you don't necessarily have to hire a designer, and you're not stuck with the bullshit of Wix or fucking GoDaddy's web builder or whatever. Look, they all have their places. They do. But again, I'm coming from a web designer perspective and from what I hear from clients. So this isn't just me trying to sell you on some shit. Is when my clients come to me, this is what they're telling me. This is why they're coming to me, because they tried these platforms and there's always a roadblock. There is always a fucking roadblock when you don't, custom design, build things out for yourself or have somebody do it for you. 9 times out of 10, there is always a roadblock. And look, maybe those things are working perfectly for you right now. You're good. You don't even whatever. But I guarantee you, there is something about that you're just like, I wish I could do this, but I can't. But you know what? Fuck it. Everything else is working for me. So it's like a 90-10. Or why not have 100-100? Why not have 100-100 where you don't run into that, this is one thing I want to do, but I can't do it, but fuck it. There's no, learn how to do it. Even if you end up hiring a web designer in the future, just because whatever, you're fucking lazy, you don't even have the time, you're fucking busy, fine. You'll have the knowledge, you'll be, you won't have to worry about getting hustled. I always hit the mic. It's going to be really comprehensive. So the first module drops on the 5th. The full course releases in its entirety first week of September. So you can pre-order it now. If you pre-order it, you get bonuses like time with me and all that kind of stuff. So I will have always hit the mic, information down in the description. Okay. What else I want to talk about? Okay, so Twitch stuff and Mixer stuff and streaming stuff. Found some really good videos that gave me some ideas about growing on Twitch and the reality of growing on Twitch. And my 3-year anniversary just passed. I really didn't celebrate it because I was just like, I was looking at my numbers. And so I know that, you know, on Twitch and getting found, there could be a lot of reasons for stagnation. And I understand that it's a grind and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have unrealistic expectations in that manner. However, for me, the if I'm doing something, I need to be there. I need to see some kind of growth, and if I'm not seeing any kind of growth, then I need to kind of reevaluate what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, my expectations from it, and that sort of thing. So, and I still don't even remember why I even started streaming on Twitch. I think it was just like I saw people do it, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I could do that too. I'm pretty sure that was just like my thought process, and it's been wonderful. So I'm not quitting. I'm just gonna I'm gonna start tweaking things a little bit, because I'm very, real about, Twitch needs to be, streaming and that sort of thing. It needs to be a part-time moneymaker for me, and that's just what I want it to be. I've made some amazing friendships. I've got like my whole like geek tribe, anybody who's ever lurked in the channel or hung out to support me that all is fucking wonderful, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But, if I'm going to be committing, 12, 20 more, 12 to 20 hours a week for something, especially, because of who I am and what I'm doing, then, I need to have for me, there needs to be some kind of return on it. So and that's just the reality of how I want my live streaming career to go. So watching the growth and it's grown a little bit, but it's kind of we're a little bit stagnant to the point that I now need to kind of look at things and how I can provide more awesome content for my viewers, and do more awesome things and kind of look at what's been working and what hasn't been working and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale back to 3 solid, consistent days a week, and I'm going to do 2 on Mixer and 1 on Twitch. Couple reasons for that. I want to get in on Mixer because I think it's a platform that's got a lot of room to grow. I hear that the community is awesome. I really like the interface. So a lot of things about Mixer I like. And as Twitch gets bigger, I feel like Twitch is slowly but surely becoming kind of like a shitty company. And I'm really tired of supporting shitty companies. Again, the Twitch community is great, so I have nothing bad to say about the Twitch community. I really don't. At least everybody I met on Twitch is fucking phenomenal. They're just fucking awesome. Like, fuck yeah, Twitch. Twitch community, anyway. But as like a platform and them, just like with their rule enforcement and how they're, it's just, I'm just like, so it's not a lot. I don't lose too much by making Twitch just a 1 day a week thing. And devoting more of my time over on Mixer, because I think that's the better platform. So that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be one of those things where I do like Sunday, Monday on Mixer and like Tuesdays on Twitch type situation. So I stream consistently Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. And that's kind of my stream schedule. Or maybe it'll be Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, because sometimes I do podcasts with people on Tuesdays. So Sunday, Mondays are definite. Those stay. So it'll probably be like a Sunday, Monday Mixer, and then Wednesdays on Twitch. So that way I have my Tuesdays just open, because a lot of podcasts that I sometimes get asked to be on happen on Tuesdays. So that's that. And then now, as far as content going on Twitch, I'm just being realistic about. I don't think that I am entertaining enough to hold an audience just gaming. Like, it depends on the game. Like, when I'm playing, like, FMVs, those get very interactive and they're really stupid fun. But I'm like, I'm fucking around in Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey and that sort of thing. So, I need to find different ways to engage with chat better, and keep, like, the chat going and that sort of thing. So I've got some ideas for that I'm going to put them into practice and I'll share them. So I'll probably share them, like, next month to see. But just different ways to engage in chat. And just to... also have content that I do on Twitch that I can repurpose and use elsewhere, which I think is really important. Like, for example, when I do my creative brainstorming for my books on Twitch, I love doing that shit. And it was super fun to do it with a live audience with you guys that were watching, because you guys seem to really enjoy it, and I loved hearing your like back and forth on like some of my crazy ideas as well. So that was awesome. So I love doing that. So I definitely want to do more of that. Like the web designing that I do, that's super fun. That's pretty like chill streams. More like just building streams where I'm just fucking around in Fallout or Conan Exiles. We've got the epic music going and we're hanging out in Discord and we're just talking about horse fluffing or what the fuck ever. I want to do more streams where I share book research because those would be very interesting topics of discussion. I think because I talk about UFOs and ancient aliens and crop circles, and I love all that shit, like all that conscious evolution, weird shit. Like I love all that stuff. And in that same vein, I really want to start getting back into podcasting and doing the live stuff, and I really want to do that on live video. So I'm having graphics are almost done, which is exciting. They look so fucking good. I'm so excited about the graphics. The new graphics being done for the channel. So that's almost done. So also scaling back to 3 days a week will let me kind of devote more time to quality of content and and brainstorming ideas. So when I show up, it's not just me just throwing just being there just to game. That I'm actually like giving something awesome back to the people who have stuck with me for fucking forever and for new viewers and that sort of thing. So just another way to stand out and again have content that I can repurpose because then I can take before we and I'm still gonna game, that's definitely because there's some awesome fucking games coming out that we absolutely have to fucking play. But again, I'm a variety streamer, so I want to do more than that, and I can take like creative brainstorming stuff and I can throw them here up on YouTube and I can throw them up on the website, and I can take some of the the interviews as well, and I can rip out the audio and just use that as a podcast. You can watch it as a video. So there's a lot that I can do with that kind of stuff. So I definitely want to make sure that I have content that isn't just me fucking talking to myself while I'm gaming, because I fucking talk to myself all day anyway while I'm working, and I think that's only so much entertaining because I play games on easy. I'm not like this super good fucking gamer that's doing like all these crazy fucking tricks or whatever. I play games for the story. I love games for the absolute story. I put that shit on the easiest setting because I want to get in a fucking video game and I want to murder shit easily because I play life on hard. I play games on easy. That's real talk. Real talk. What else? What else? I was also something that I was listening to as well as having content to repurpose. It's a really good idea, that sort of thing, and that's really the content that I really love doing, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I think it's valuable, especially when I get into talking about astrology and crop circles and conscious evolution and stuff. Because guys, the world is this planet that we live on is this magical, amazing place, and we get so fucking stuck in this mundane bullshit that we forget, and we just don't realize how fucking cool it really is, and all these fucking mysteries that we don't even take time to untangle, that I think if we did, we'd probably solve so many fucking problems if we would just have some knowledge and respect and understanding of everything that was here before us. If we could just find it and remember it and whatever. I'll get on a whole soapbox about that. Don't even get me started. So it's one of the reasons why I think it's super important to talk about it. But I'm so fucking picky about guests, y'all, because I don't just want to talk to like tinfoil hat boy that fucking just did some LSD and think he saw an alien. But he might have because LSD opens up pathways in the brain. So you might, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of been hard. So what I want to do, I was talking to my girlfriend last night about it, is I want to take some like the next couple of weeks, and I want to just make I gotta do some research about guests and just make a really long list and start reaching out to them. And of course, it's always like being able to get them and that sort of thing. So I've had some heavy hitters in the past, and that's good because then you can name drop and I've got past interviews that I can share with people. So hopefully we'll be able to get who I want to get on once I get the names and that sort of thing. And that's something that I want to do. I don't know if it'll be like a once a week thing. Probably not, because that's a lot. I feel like maybe once or twice a month is a lot more feasible as far as these guests go. Booking wise, not just booking wise. I'm thinking more along the lines of finding them, because once I get into the interviews, that's easy peasy. I love that shit. That's no big deal at all. It's more about the work that goes into just finding the guests and finding good quality guests that I think really have something substantial to share with you guys, even when we're talking about crazy shit. I need to know people who know their shit, even if it's crazy shit. You see this shit? You know what I'm saying? So, what else? I think that's it, guys. I think that covers everything. Book 3, I want to devote a lot more time to that this month, and getting the audiobooks and stuff kicked out. So the website is almost fucking finished. It's been a slow, arduous journey, but again, I want that to be my home base of everything. So when I'm sending out links, when I tell people where to go to find me and my content, it's going to be the website. So that's crystalsimagination.com. You can actually go there now. It's under heavy construction, but the majority of it, we're about 75% done. We're me and all my imaginary friends. I'm about 75% done with it. You can sign up for my mailing list. You get a never before seen scene from Sonarchy for signing up for my mailing list, and there'll be some other perks for signing up for the mailing list as well. But it's a great way for me to keep in touch with you. You can always catch me on social media, but again, mailing list super important. So book 3 stuff is. I'm even going to shift away from Patreon as well. I want the membership site to be directly from my website, and then membership content will be a lot about some of the screen shares. No. Some of the scene shares from my book will be membership only. Some of my author notes will be membership only. Some of the content that I put out will be membership only. I might start doing like with the podcast that I'm going to do, or like the vlog or whatever. I might do like a separate Q&A session with people that I do like for membership only, that sort of thing. So again, a lot of the content, it's free. It's totally free. But some of it will be membership only. So kind of like we do on Patreon, there'll be perks for, being a member and all that kind of shit. So what I want to, again, I can build all that through my website and get rid of the middlemen. So that way I'm saving myself money by, eliminating Patreon fees and that sort of thing. And again, you have all the content is on my website. So again, I'm not driving people to a different link. I'm saying, hey, all the shit for me is here. All the books, all the podcasts, all the videos, fucking go to my website. Go to my website, get it all there. TV stuff is still in the works. I sent Aaron like a little teaser, so hopefully we'll be able to shoot that soon. First episode script is pretty much done, so we've got that going. It's just a matter of figuring out some ways to crowdfund and raise some money so we can get this thing shot and all that kind of good stuff. So that's a slow labor of love right there. I think I put a teaser up on my Instagram for that. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that. I'm mostly really excited about book 3. I just want to get this fucking book done, you guys. I really want to. I'm like excited about its potential and its awesomeness and how I've kind of grown as a writer, and continue to grow as a writer. So I want to take some master classes too. Like I'd love to take like James Patterson's master class and stuff. So I've got to work that into a budget. So hopefully August will pick up. That is the hope, that August business in August will pick up. But that's another reason why I'm doing the course too, because I want it to be another level of passive income for me. Because I feel like you've got to have a lot of different revenue streams, and I got to get the website done. So the books are there. The audiobooks you'll be able to buy directly from the website. So again, different avenues of revenue is, I think, really important when you're in this type of business, because then if one dries up, you're not screwed. I want to try and step away from having to kind of advertise for web design clients, and I'd rather spend my advertising dollars more on pushing the book and pushing the course, because I think both of those things are really helpful, entertaining, awesome, and of value. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Timothy says that's enough. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I hope you have a great start to your August. Let me know how things are going for you, with you, what's good, tips and tricks that you've got. Share your experiences with me down in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe to it. I will properly, that's what I got. That's something else I have to do. I have to go back and edit all my YouTube videos to, make sure that you see more videos. Somewhere over here, there will be more videos. Keep watching this. You're supposed to just keep watching all the videos all the time. Oh my God, what world do we live in? All right, you guys, have a great one. I will talk to you later.